time we have seen the molecular rearrangement at electron deficient carbon. Today we will see some basics regarding the mechanism of migration, the factors which are influencing that, and of course at the end of this theory part we will see some illustrative examples on the carbocation rearrangement, and if time permit we will start with the rearrangement happening at electron deficient nitrogen. So, first of all, how the electron deficient center is generated? It can be either carbon or nitrogen. So, carbon electron deficient center can be generated by this way. Let us see this primary halide. The SN1 reaction is heterolytic cleavage of this carbon bromine bond gives primary carbonium ion. The structure permits the rearrangement of it to tertiary, and then it is attacked by water, can lose proton. So, they are the different fates for this. So, carbonium ion can be formed through SN1 cleavage, and there are some more method, but we will come to them later. The second thing is through nitrene. Now, this azide, if nitrogen is lost, this is nitrene, the R or the alkyl aryl group, it migrates and you will form the isocyanate. Now, this isocyanate can be attacked by water, alcohol, amines, etc., so that you get those corresponding compounds. If it attacks by water, then you lose carbon dioxide and you will get primary amines. So, this is degradation type reaction and so on. Now, the nature of migration, migrating aptitude and general trends, these are important things which governs the rate of reaction. So, nature of migration, the first example, if you see this example carefully, this amine is treated with nitrous acid, you will get the diazonium salt. This goes off, you get a primary secondary carbonium ion. Phenyl ring migrates and then this proton is lost, so that the tetravalency of carbon is retained and you get this rearranged product. So, this is something like your pinacolon type. Second one, the H plus, the protonation of this or this is theoretically possible, but this is preferred because this will give you the benzylic and tertiary carbonium ion. And now here you got two hydrogens, so one of the hydrogen migrates as hydride and you get eventually the aldehyde. Now, that is regarding the migrating aptitude. Now, when you look at the migrating aptitude of various functional group, then this is the general trend. Aryl group has got greater migrating aptitude than acetyl. In case of aliphatic group, tertiary carbon has got more than secondary, than primary, than methyl, and least is hydrogen. Amongst aromatic rings, orthopara substituted rings, they are having more migrating aptitude than the meta substituted ring, and so on. So, these are some of the basics. Now, we will come back to the example part, and today we will see some examples wherein the carbonium ions are formed and the rearrangement occurs within the substrate, that is intramolecular rearrangement. And of course, these are some illustrative examples of the rearrangement at electron deficient carbon. We will just quickly do some 10-12 examples are there, and if time permit we will start with the electron deficient nitrogen, the rearrangements happening at the nitrogen. There are so many examples, but we will try to do the important examples. this system treated with H plus, and what we have this rearranged product. So in the first step, what happens is this oxygen has got lone pair of electron, this becomes plus, this goes out, eventually generating a carbonium ion here. Now generally what happens is, I will just clear the things here. The group which is anti migrates. So let me show this group here, and this is leaving group, the water, and now we have got CH3 here, and now this will turn positive because the tetravalence is disturbed. The loss of proton to conjugate base will eventually give you the tetra substituted alkene, the norbornene. So this is the overall mechanism. First is protonation, loss of water, then migration of methyl, so that is 1 to methyl shift, and then the loss of proton which is possible through the involvement of conjugate base, and that is how we get the the rearranged product. The second example, this is pinnacle type rearrangement. The source is given as H plus ion, and now we have got the product is given, that is ring expansion type. So first of all, we have to see that should get more stable carbonium ion. This will give tertiary, this will give tertiary and benzylic. So obviously we have to show the involvement of this lone pair, so that the formation of carbonium ion can be justified on the basis of its stability. So here it will be OH 2 plus, the phenyl rings are intact, and now you can see that this group goes off, this group which is anti to that will migrate, and this comes here. So eventually you will have 6-membered ring. I am just numbering the carbons which are involved in the ring formation. So at one position you got gem diphenyl, okay, then 2 is where you are having a carbonyl. So this is 1, 2, 3, and this is eventually the 6. So we are breaking 2,6 bond, we are making 1,6 bond, and that is possible through this pinnacle type rearrangement, or you can say carbocation rearrangement. Carbocation is generated first, and that triggers the migration of various functionalities, the migration of this carbon-carbon sigma bond, and the loss of proton to secure the carbon's octet or the tetravalency. Okay. Whenever products are given, you have to justify the mechanism in accordance to that. If the product is not given, then you have got so many options to predict the products. Let it be minor, but it has to be theoretically correct, so that should not violate the norms of chemistry. So that is there. So yeah, another example wherein of course some more products are given, but nonetheless this nitrous acid, you can show the attack. Now for that purpose you have to put the correct structure of nitrous acid. This is nitrous acid. Now you can show the attack of nitrogen here, then you can show the OH. So this will be NH, N, OH, OH, and here your 4-membered ring would be there. I am just drawing it quickly. Loss of proton, loss of water, of course it is initiated with acid, NOH, double bond would be there, and then so you get a diazonium salt. Now this alkyl diazonium ions are relatively less stable, and therefore they are liable to undergo loss of nitrogen. So loss of nitrogen with proton migration will give these. Loss of nitrogen followed by attack of water will give you the first product. So that is the fate of this. So initially this diazonium ion should be formed, and then only the other reactions are possible, because this is better leaving group. When this goes off, the other reactions are possible. One interesting example. Now this example is from some reference book. I am just putting it quickly here. Of course this is treated with acid. So in first instance this carbonium, this hydronium ion is formed, or this water goes out. There is a expansion of ring. This becomes electron deficient. This migrates. This becomes electron deficient. This migrates. So that is the chain type reaction. And eventually what we'll have this 6-membered ring. The central ring would be intact. And now you can show the rings. So this will become, now let me put the ring like this. This is 4-membered ring, 4-membered ring, right? This is another 4-membered ring, 4-membered ring, and this will turn electron deficient, and methyl will be here, and when this becomes electron deficient, the OH attacks. So this is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3-membered rings, they become 4-membered ring, and finally this positive charge would be here, because this is the last bond to move. This becomes positive, and that is being attacked by the water. So this is the rearranged product wherein ring expansion occurs. Another example, wherein CH2 NH2 and OH treated with HNO2. and you will be getting the 6-membered ring with this. So initially we have shown earlier, this becomes diazonium ion. I am just putting OH for the sake of convenience. When this goes off, this becomes electron deficient, this group migrates, this comes here. So eventually you get 3, 4, 5, 6-membered ring with carbonyl group is part of that 6-membered ring. Of course, this is like Deminau type rearrangement, and that is all happening because your NH2 is converted into diazonium ion, and diazonium ion loses nitrogen and generates a carbonium ion that triggers the other reactions of migration. Then one example on dinone-phenol type rearrangement. Now these examples are slightly different. I am not drawing the steroid here. Let me draw the ring which is important. Protonation of this gives you the product wherein methyl would be shifted here, OH will be here, and this ring will be aromatic ring. So dinone becomes phenol. So dinone phenol rearrangement. So initially what we have to show is the protonation of this. Now since this becomes 3-membered, so let me rectify the charge on oxygen by shifting the pi bond in this way. This becomes electron deficient, the methyl group migrates, and once this methyl group migrates, you can see that the other part is intact. We are not touching that part. This is OH, and now this will become positive, this carbon. The proton over here is sacrificed so that the aromaticity of the ring is retained. So that is how the aromatic sex state is restored and the aromaticity of the ring is retained. So first is protonation, then the rectification of charge on oxygen, methyl group migration, that is 1,2 migration, the positive charge, one proton is here although we don't write, that helps in the aromatization cause. So this is your example of dinone phenol rearrangement. I have got some more examples. I'm just taking few examples so that we can do few here. Remaining I will put on group so that you can solve those things. Now this is beta bond. Let me draw it precisely. HNO2 and CHO. This is nothing but tertiary butyl group. So first of all, in order to write down the correct mechanism, you have to draw the ring, this 6-membered ring in chair conformation. So the equivalent structure I am drawing. your chairbot conformation should exactly give the correct thing. So this is beta tertiary butyl group, and this conformation is stable most because you are putting bulky alkyl substituent at equatorial position, so that the 1,3 dipolar interactions are minimized. Now this is your OH, the alpha, and this is the okay. Now this is beta equatorial, this is beta equatorial, alpha equatorial. Everything is in equatorial position, so this is the stable most. This goes off, and now the anti bond to this, now this bond will migrate. This comes here. So I am putting the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This becomes 5-membered ring, and the relative positions are there. This becomes the carbonyl and the other part. So 5-membered ring. I am just drawing the ring as it appears. And then this becomes aldehyde because that is the extended part. Now 1 to 5, this is, let me put it as 5, this is 4, this is 3, 2 and 1. So we are breaking 1 6 bond, let me put it as 6, this is the 6th carbon. So here ring contraction occurs because the anti group is the alkyl carbon-carbon sigma bond, and that is how the 5-membered ring is obtained as a product of rearrangement reaction. Maybe 1 or 2 more examples, or let me give some examples to you for practice. This is beta, this is also beta, this is HNO2. This is one example. Let me give some more. Again acetylation. Three. There are so many examples, but just putting few. Yeah, these 5 examples. So that 4th example I'll solve, and I'll give one more example in place of that. Or let this be 5 examples for practice. I'll solve one example for benzylic acid rearrangement. The extra example. Okay. Now these are 5 examples you can solve at home, and one more example I am doing it for you, that is benzyl benzylic acid rearrangement. Now this example is often asked in exam, so that's why I am doing it quickly. This is the example wherein the see O minus OH carbonyl group. Okay, this comes back. So ring contraction occurs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these 2 rings are intact because the aromatic rings are not taking part in the reaction. And now you can see that this 1 to 5, this is the bond what we are showing. Here it will be O minus, this will be COOH, this will exist as carboxylate ion, and upon workup that will become acid. So I am just putting the aromatic rings directly, OH, COOH. So this is 1,2-diketone, that may be benzyl, that may be any other compound, alkyl, aryl, diaryl, dialkyl, etc. So this is one of the example wherein ring contraction occurs and you end up with alpha hydroxy acid as a product. Okay. You try to solve those 5 examples, and next time we'll do few more examples, and then we'll also start with the electron deficient nitrogen, the name reactions which are there, the Curtius, Lawson, Hofmann, Beckmann, Lawson, and so on. And of course I've got some more examples, but for today this much is enough. So we'll continue from here in the next lecture, some few more examples on carbocation type rearrangement or electron deficient carbon, and then we'll start with the introduction to electron deficient nitrogen rearrangements. And of course you can post your queries, any doubts which is there in your mind. If the actual teaching starts at college, then it will be better for all of us, because then you can ask the queries directly there without losing your time. Right now we are supposed to be online, and we have got some limitations, but we are trying to overcome those limitations also. Thank you for your patience hearing, and do practice, post queries. Thank you.